Chapter 5. Suspicious Minds. The parking lot of Richard Kelly's car dealership was massive. He offered a wide selection of high-quality new and used certified cars, trucks, and passenger vans. Customers could choose from such models as Mustangs, Expeditions, Pathfinders, and Maximas, just to name a few, for their high-end needs. These vehicles were always the most coveted. There was something about American-made muscle cars that just clicked with most people in the city. Richard Kelly offered special financing or lease programs for both new and used vehicles at his dealership. True to his commercial promise, Richard Kelly accepted as little as $99 down payment on any vehicle. Of course, the higher the price, the longer the payments lasted. Today was an extremely busy Saturday morning for the car dealership. The new television advertising had really paid off for the Richard Kelly car dealership. Many people both in and out of the city came with no more than $100, expecting to leave with a new Ford Expedition or a top-of-the-line Nissan. Amongst the sea of customers was Little Ricky and one of his crew members. Little Ricky and his companion were just like the rest, looking to purchase a new vehicle with little down payment. They first walked directly to the Fords on display, both amazed by the luxury and all the optional amenities offered within the vehicle. There were car salespeople giving little tours of each vehicle, but Little Ricky and his friend opted to browse on their own. Little Ricky sat inside one of the Fords. The young man turned on the stereo to examine the sound quality and marveled at the dark matte metallic exterior paint job. All the details that were especially important to any young man, and for Little Ricky, they were exactly how he wanted them. However, the sound of the stereo was loud enough that even in the busy dealership lot, the sound system could clearly be heard by the customers, as well as the staff. The young man's actions caused unwanted attention, and within moments, two salespeople approached them in a professional manner. "Good morning, gentlemen." One of them presented themselves to Little Ricky by the driver's seat window. "May I help you with your purchase of this fine new vehicle?" He put one of his hands on his hip and the other elbow on the roof of the car. "Do you want to buy this beautiful Ford? We only have 5 of these Expedition models left, and as you can see," he pointed towards the lot, "you are not the only ones looking at this SUV." Little Ricky was annoyed at the salesperson. It was his job, yes, but he just wanted to feel the steering wheel beneath his fingers. No, we're just looking for now," Little Ricky told the salesperson, smiling with his teeth bared. "However," he began, "do tell me about the down payment on this vehicle. I heard it was less than $100. Is that true? I mean, what about the other shit? Credit checks and stuff. I heard on TV you don't even need it," asked Little Ricky. "Yes, that's right, sir. At Richard Kelly Ford and Nissan, your job is your credit," the salesperson said in a rehearsed speech. "Personally, I cannot speak on how it works or how it should work. It's just how it's done here. If you have the money and a pay stub, the vehicle is yours today to drive out of the lot." Little Ricky laughed. "Damn, that's fucking great news, isn't it?" He turned his head towards his partner on the passenger seat. "Savion, call those 2 bitches you know with a job to come down here now. We are getting us a new car today, my nigga." Both Little Ricky and Savion laughed. Savion got out of the vehicle, and Little Ricky saw him walk to an isolated corner of the lot. Little Ricky got busy checking out the rest of the car while his friend pulled out his phone and made a call. "So do I start the paperwork for this Ford Expedition now?" the salesperson asked. He was getting anxious and wanted to get the deal completed. Richard Kelly would give him a piece of his mind if he spent too long not getting a sale. "Hold up, nigga." Little Ricky took a while to answer, his face contorted in thought, as if he did not really want to follow through. "I changed my mind about the Expedition. Do you have any new minivans? I need something that is, how you would say, blacked out," asked Little Ricky. The salesperson was surprised at the sudden and radical shift of vehicle selection, but kept his cool. He surveyed the lot for minivans and looked back at Little Ricky, who continued, "You know, all black, both the interior and exterior. The minivan also needs a dark tint and black rims. Do you have something like that in this big-ass car dealership?" asked Little Ricky as he looked around the lot, noticing a distinct lack of any such vehicle, but he was not worried. "Of course we do," the salesperson smiled. "Please, follow me. We need to get to the back where we keep our special order vehicles." Little Ricky got out of the Ford, looked towards it with longing for a while before he took off after the salesperson. The walk was short, but as Little Ricky went to the back parking lot, he saw exactly what he wanted. Just then, Savion joined them as he saw them walking towards the back parking lot. running after them. Yo, the bitches will be here in 30 minutes. What cars are we gonna buy today? Asked his partner. Yo, I changed my mind about the Ford Expedition. It is too flashy and will cause unwanted attention. We're going to get 2 minivans instead. Both are better for what we need anyway. Savion's face showed a bit of confusion, but he often relied on Little Ricky to be the smarter one of the two. At least for now, therefore Savion agreed. Both young men inspected the new presented vehicles. They played with the vehicle's interior gadgets as they waited for their lady friends to arrive with their pay stubs to get the deal underway. Due to the large turnout of potential customers, today was a more active Saturday morning. Even this early, it was busy within the commotion. Any other person would be hard-pressed to be able to pay attention to any one person, let alone tens or hundreds coming and going through the dealership. The new cars that had arrived, the ad, the down payment, and the extra sales put on by Richard Kelly had people coming in droves and taking cars away in massive quantities. If everything went well, Alcia Adams would be able to edit the account books to avoid another audit from the IRS. There were 2 things in life which Alcia always considered: death and taxes. Since death had not come, she would sure wish it had before the tax authorities did. Before this big turnout, Alcia had no idea how to prove that all the dealership's large profits were coming from vehicle sales, scheduled services, and repairs. Dealerships were a profitable business, although the profit margins being so high at the dealership, even an amateur tax auditor could spot some clear errors in their account books. The receipts for these from past vehicles-related charges did not add up at all. For now, Alcia planned to be very observant until she had a better understanding of the financial situation. The deaths of the 2 Mexican men at Robin Antonio Park were fresh in the mind of Sandy Lopez. He was the leader of the Mexican drug organization that rivaled Richard Kelly. Sandy operated out of a large trailer park located on the outskirts of the city. He chose that location because of its isolation and rural environment. By day, he owned a small landscaping company, though the cocaine drug sales were his main source of income. His low prices and high-quality drugs made him a formidable adversary to Richard Kelly, particularly because he did not like to be flashy about it. Both drug organizations had moved to the area years ago after noticing the city was a prime location for drug distribution. However, unlike Richard Kelly, Sandy had little overhead. He had a small army of undocumented immigrant workers to move his drugs and enforce his rule. Sandy also had a nephew named A.J. Black to launder his profits from his drug sales. It was never a perfect situation for Sandy Lopez, at least from his perspective, so he always assumed something would go wrong. That thought kept him grounded. Today, Sandy had enough intel to know that Little Ricky and his crew had killed his men during a drug deal gone wrong. He had ordered 2 of his men to follow the gangbangers' every move for now. Sandy wanted to know their every breath, every bitch, every single speck of cocaine they took from him was returned. His real goal was to find out where Little Ricky hid the drugs and the money. His men were already on the boy's trail and were waiting for the 2 people of interest to show up.
Amigo, where are those little cucarachas now?
Sandy spoke on his phone. Jefe, they are at a car dealership. A voice answered from the other end, clearly Mexican. You know, the one on TV. Richard Kelly Ford and Nissan, to be exact. Can we get a new truck while we are here too?
Hell no. You must stay focused, amigo,
ordered Sandy Lopez. His men liked to be a bit too efficient sometimes, and it was more work than Sandy had realized to keep them focused.
Those fuckers killed our companeros, and now they flaunt it in our faces by buying new vehicles with my fucking money.
Sandy shouted but quickly composed himself.
Just continue to follow them for now. I need to know where they are keeping their stash and our property.
You got eat, Jefe? The other man answered. I just wanted a new truck too. D1 we drive is in bad need of repairs.
Damn it,
Sandy thought.
These men need a lesson on how to follow my fucking instructions. Are you slow? Escúchame. We are not here for luxuries. Our job is to sell cocaine, not to show off. Now report back to me in 4 hours,
yelled Sandy Lopez. Si, Jefe. We will follow your directions. Dale. The other man quickly answered. Sandy hung up the phone.
That little boy was going to get it, but for now, the only thing keeping him alive was his distance from the stash,
thought Sandy.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. If you had fun or picked up anything from this episode, please assist us by hitting the like, subscribe, and notification buttons. You can also comment and share our content. These small things really help our channel and mean a lot to us. Also, special thanks to our Patreon supporters. You guys are the heartbeat of this channel, and we can't thank you enough for being so generous. If you would like to join our Patreon community, please click on the link below. You can contribute as little as $5 per month. You can get all kinds of perks. You can even buy merchandise of your favorite characters at our shop store. Click on the link provided below. That's going to do it for now. Until next time, remember you are cherished by us. So be kind and know that we consider you as family.